Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling 12 3 1994 edition. We open up with the 123 Kid and the Brooklyn Brawler. 123 Kid, of course, Sean Waltman, still finding his way. Decent match for what it is at the time. Waltman with a bunch of nip ups and other basic maneuvers that at the time were visually flashy and all of that. And 123 Kid Brooklyn Brawler still could be a, I don't want to say decent match because it's very basic, but at the same time, for the time period, kind of a match that people might pay attention to. Some hip tosses and other basic maneuvers by the 123 Kid. Kid still a shorter guy. Brawler still having some rub from his 1989 1990 type of series and kind of giving them a decent enough match. Some drop kicks and other basic maneuvers. Baseball slide by the Brawlers through the ropes on the inside. Also a drop kick series by the 123 Kid. Kid also manages to get a couple of sunset flips and monkey flips and the like in, and also gets the small package 123 by the 123 Kid. Hype for the replay of the Survivor Series and the Coliseum video release in December. Long run there. Owen Hart is happy post match that he has tricked his parents into believing that Bret Hart was so injured that he could not continue. Diesel also manages to beat Bob Backlund in the last little while. Diesel is dominant throughout the Survivor Series match, but turns on Shawn Michaels, and they hype that pretty well. I can't believe nearly 10 minutes of this is kind of wasted, but Shawn Michaels says he is done because Diesel is mad at him. Diesel, though, beats Bob Backlund 8 seconds. Backlund says he didn't have proper time to study or prepare. This is bureaucracy by the WWF and Jack Tunney against him, and ultimately not fair, justified, or kind. Diesel basically says this is the new generation. He'll give Bob Backlund rematches if needed, but Diesel basically says he's in control now, and this is the new generation, and he is going to be the representative of the WWF going forward. King Kong Bundy up next. Bundy, of course, coming back for a short run, less than, a year and a half at maximum. Maybe not even that long. Jason Abbott, his adversary here, basic maneuvers, squashes him with the punch kick, drops the knee, avalanche splash in the corner. Ted DiBiase happy with his man, but Bundy certainly does not have the level of influence that he had in the last little while. Um, and again, Bundy is certainly a, um, you know, pretty basic guy. We go on to the Bushwhackers, which is another team that I don't know necessarily has a good run at this point. They're there through 1997 or so. Also hyped for local area house shows and the Charlie Min talking about the various things that happen at house shows. 1994, kind of the year that Superstars of Wrestling, turns the crank as far as kind of being a show that's just the end of 94 anyway, ends up being kind of just a flat show. Bushwhackers, which I did not know they were still around until that point. Punch kick, very basic maneuvers, nothing to write home about. They could get such mileage, though, out of small stuff. That ultimately, is there, and a very basic maneuver or two. The battering ram in the corner, J.S. Storm, and Barry Hardy, another in the deal here. They are victorious, are the Bushwhackers, battering ram, Gutbuster. Jim the Anvil Neidhart up next, and Neidhart certainly not willing to take a backward step by any stretch of the imagination. And again, Neidhart defeating Jeff Hardy. Jeff Harvey is how he's referred to in commentary, which is funny, looking at the Mike Adamle thing going forward years later. referring to him as Jeff Harvey as well. At this point, Jeff's probably about 16, maybe 17 years old now. Fresh slam over the top rope by Jim Neidhart. Neidhart managing to pull his man back in. Owen Hart also out there with him. Neidhart basically has a job because of the family legacy and his history with the company, not because his matches are good. However, Hardy bumping all over the place for him, making him look better than he actually is at the point. And a camel clutch, and is a win for, or leads to a win for none other than Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Neidhart tossing Hardy across the ring pretty aggressively here. And then we go to another enhancement match, the Phantom against Duke the Dumpster Droese. Droese, as mentioned before in these audios, just was a guy who they were using for the benefit of the fact that he was the PWF 500 and Vince challenged himself. Big body slams and basic stuff by Droese. Droese not really having a long-term plan. Droese also doing the whole we're going to take out the trash thing and a basic maneuver or two there. Some shots and a spine buster by Droese. Droese managing to get a quick victory. Then we go to some hype for WrestleMania, including Razor Ramon beating Shawn Michaels. Ramon having a squash match that runs about 3 minutes. Razor Ramon coming in, or just doing actually a hype video of him beating different people. And of course, Razor Ramon, kind of a big deal. They do a highlight of I guess you'd say a championship deal here. The turn of Diesel on his adversary, on Shawn Michaels, is also a big deal here. And we will close with that on that note. Until the next time, we'll be right back.